WING 1410 Dayton's ESPN. Dayton Flyers basketball fans, it's time for the TBT on WING. Ryan Meixell, Trey Landers, Scoochie Smith, and more are back at UD Arena as the Red Scare looks to win it all. It's time to get loud. We now send you to the University of Dayton Arena with former Flyer Norm Grevey and Justin Kinner.
All right, good Wednesday evening, everybody. We welcome you live here to the University of Dayton Arena. I'm Justin Kinner alongside former Dayton Flyer Norm Grevey. For the third time tonight, we're calling Dayton Flyers Red Scare basketball. Yeah. Norm, right back here at your old stomping grounds, getting set to call what we hope is not the last game of the run for the Dayton Flyers Red Scare. They got a big one tonight, a good opponent tonight, of course, in the money team. But the money team, they have their hands full with a very good Red Scare team as well.
Well, the key is back-to-back, and this is something that these guys have to, both teams are going to face, the challenge of tired bodies. And a team that can get high percentage shots and rebound and don't turn the basketball over, the teams that can win those three categories is going to be the winner tonight. But playing back-to-back is very tough on both teams.
Yeah, again, how we got here, the money team, the team that belongs to Floyd Money Mayweather, of course, and is headlined by none other than Jimmer Fredette. They had to beat Metamaki in what was a very physical game and close game for about 2.5 quarters. And then all of a sudden, in the second half, they wore down Metamaki and pulled away late in that third quarter and never looked back. The Red Scare, they took care of business against a team that had their number in the past in the Golden Eagles, a team that does not lose in the TBT, and the Flyers were able to get a big win over the Golden Eagles yesterday afternoon behind a 19-point performance from Jordan Seibert, who just went off after having a very poor first quarter. But to be fair to him, the entire roster had a poor first quarter yesterday, only 4 points in the first 9 minutes.
Yeah, last night's game was amazing because it was such a game of runs, and Red Scare started off so slow and then got hot, and then after they got hot, the Golden Eagles got hot. It was just a game of runs. I don't think you're going to see that tonight. I think this is going to be a much more high-scoring game, even though both teams are great defensively. But Booker and Fredette are the two best players in the TBT, and they're the best players on the money team. That's going to be a tough matchup.
They're going to have their hands full. You hear the Red Scare fans in the background. They are loud tonight. No surprise there. We thought at one point, I'm like, man, this place is filling up kind of slow. It was about 20 minutes out, but we find out there was quite the rainstorm. There was quite the thunderstorm that had hit right before the game, and now everyone is making their way to their seats, and it's going to be a fun atmosphere here tonight. Starting lineups are being announced currently in the background. We'll start with the money team, Norm. Mitchell Creek, the big guy, he's a forward, number 33, averaging 16 points per game and 7 rebounds. At point guard, Jordan Crawford, 7.5 points per game, 2.5 assists. Corey Davis averaging 7 points and 3 assists a game with as well as 2.5 rebounds. He's the point guard. He's the other guard. Jimmer Fredette, 25 points per game, and then Trevor Booker. You talk about Jimmer Fredette, you talk about Trevor Booker, you talk about Mitchell Creek. Those are the big three right there, and obviously Jimmer Fredette, such a smart and crafty player. Red Scare, they were great defensively last night. They're going to have to be even better tonight.
Well, the bench as well for the money team is very good with Evans, who's won the dunk contest. They have strong shooters off the bench. But Fredette and Booker, both former NBA players, along with Creek, you're right. Those are the three guys. Also, Terrico White comes off the bench, a shooter from Ole Miss. Red Scare is going to have their hand full tonight, I can tell you. But I do think with the crowd and the atmosphere and the experience, and with Scoochie Smith, never count him out. This is his home turf.
Absolutely. Your starting lineup tonight for the Dayton Flyers, starting at the point guard position, number 11, Scoochie Smith. Starting at guard, Daryl Davis. At the other guard, Jordan Seibert. Ryan Meixell will get the start at forward tonight. And then in the center position, down in the post, Norm, we'll see Josh Cunningham. And one thing we have to see from the Red Scare right off the bat, they cannot have a slow start like they did last night. You talked about it. This team is not going to be as forgiving as far as the slow start that the Red Scare had last night. But I'm very intrigued to see which team's going to start out the aggressor. Hopefully it's the Red Scare, of course.
Well, the real key, too, is how you're going to guard Fredette. He's probably one of the greatest, one of the top 10 shooters in college basketball history, and the 2011 National Player of the Year. He played 6 years in the NBA, and he's averaging 25 a game in TBT play through 2 games. Also scored 30 a game his first time here in 2018 in the TBT. So you got to crowd him. I guess you'd force him left, and they set a lot of sets for him, and they really look for him. So they're going to have to be switching and talking on defense and communicating, always knowing where he's at.
The one thing that the Red Scare, one advantage that they do have is they do have the deeper bench. I mean, Joey Gruden, he has the luxury of the starting 5 on the floor. He could bring in a whole other group of 5 that are also capable of starting a game and being quite effective as well. So here we go now. Both teams making their way back onto the floor. Again, your starting 5 for the Dayton Flyers: Daryl Davis, Jordan Seibert, Ryan Mikesell, Scoochie Smith, and Josh Cunningham. Josh Cunningham will get the honor of having a match up with Trevor Booker, the big guy who will also jump for the money team. We're seconds away from getting underway here at UD Arena.
Trevor Booker played for Oliver Purnell at Clemson, and really changed their whole program around under Oliver. And, Oliver was a former coach here at UD, great coach.
And the ball is up, and the tip is won. Crawford comes down with it for the money team, and the money team and Crawford will set it up in the half court for their first possession here this evening. They're going to right away try to go into the post into Booker, and that's going to be a forced steal. A nice deflection right there by Seibert. Mikesell comes away with it. Now Scoochie Smith bringing the ball up. He's picked up by Crawford. 8:39 to go here in the first quarter. Scoochie spin move around Crawford, keeps his dribble alive. Cunningham a 3 from the corner. That rims out for the back iron, and the long rebound come down for the point guard Crawford, who comes back a pull-up 3 in transition, and the money team strikes first.
Yeah, Jordan Crawford, the local product from Cincinnati, played at LaSalle High School, and then Bowling Green.
Seibert, left-hand dribble, kicks it right back out to Mikesell. Scoochie Smith now has it. He's going to reset. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 8:12 to go here in quarter number 1. A 3-0 lead for the money team. Seibert going to go against Booker, loses it. Ball still loose, fighting for it. Coming away with it is Crawford. Crawford has numbers here. He's going to pull up. He hit his last 3, and he hits that one. Crawford starts out hot. The Cincinnati native seems comfortable here in his home state of Ohio.
Wow, he went coast to coast on stole the ball from Seibert.
Scoochie going to get Booker off his feet. Nice pass underneath to Cunningham, and Cunningham gets the shot to fall.
Yeah, nice pass by Scooch on a drive and dish, which we've seen throughout his career. One of the top assist mans in UD history.
Yeah, Scoochie Smith, nice spin move by Jimmer Fredette. He's going to go up with that right hand. He dribbled right past Cunningham and scored at ease. 8-2, a 6-point advantage. 7:26 to go here in quarter number 1. Crawford picks up Smith, who comes off the Josh Cunningham ball screen. Smith trying to feed it right down into Cunningham. It's deflected. This time Daryl Davis gets the loose ball. Ball volleyed around. Cunningham gets another offensive rebound. I really am enjoying the play of Crawford right now. He's very scrappy. He's the smallest guy on the floor, but he has a couple steals, 2 threes, and he got forced the jump ball situation.
Yeah, he was a G League player, and he was a teammate of Fredette, and they became friends, and that's how Jimmer Fredette got on this team through Jordan Crawford.
7:12 to go, an 8-2 6-point advantage for the money team. Scoochie Smith, he'll take the ball out of bounds underneath his own bucket. Trying to get the ball inside to Cunningham. Still trying to find a way to get it. It gets into Seibert. Pull-up jumper along the baseline. No good. Ball volleyed around once again and coming away with it. Number 33, Creek.
Well, you don't want to give up a 3 right here. You're down 8-2. You want to play solid defense. Make them earn their baskets.
Ryan Mikesell going to pick up the tough assignment of guarding Jimmer Fredette. Fredette, left-hand spin back to his right. Good defense by Mikesell. Mikesell nearly coming away with the steal there.
Mikesell played tremendous defense last night.
The big man Booker thought about it. Cunningham backs off. They're going to go right inside to Creek, who's going to go up with the right-hand hook right over Scoochie Smith.
Yeah, that's a tough mismatch there on a screen and roll. Scooch got hung up with Creek, who's about 6'8" and strong. Not any body fat on that man.
Scoochie Smith being guarded by Crawford again. 19 seconds on the shot clock, and they're going to call an offensive foul. And right now, the money team, they've come out as the aggressors. They look confident, and right now, the Red Scare, very similar to last night, they have that glazed look over their eyes where they're trying to feel the game out, and they got to be careful.
Yeah.
This is an explosive team they're going up against.
Yep, Crawford got really hit there by a hard screen on Cunningham.
Crawford comes off the Booker ball screen. Crawford picks up his dribble, gets it back out to Fredette, who's being guarded by Daryl Davis. Reverses the ball around to Davis, going to come off the Booker ball screen. Trying to get it down low to Creek, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Davis. Great defense by Mike Sell.
Yeah, Mike Sell really was the man who stopped Johnson Odom last night. And just after this evening, he's bringing it back. He's held Crawford in the screen and roll. Definitely the best defender for TBT through 3 games, 2.5 games.
All right, so now a little full court pressure being shown. Jimmer Fredette going to pick up Daryl Davis full court. Daryl Davis keeps his eyes down the floor. 6:03 to go. It's a 10-2, 8-point advantage. Nice crossover against Fredette. Kicks it out to the corner. Seibert can't keep it in play. No, there's...
Baby D, Darrell Davis had the break. He broke Fredette down on the handle on a little shake and dribbled too far. Should have come to a jump stop or just shot it. He had the little floater.
Right now the Red Scare, they're 1 for their first 4, and the money team, every time they've got a shot off, they've knocked it in, and now they're 5 for 5. 12-2, second straight night where the Flyers have found themselves trailing double digits in the first quarter. Scoochie Smith being guarded by Davis, comes off the Cunningham ball screen, a little bit too physical there, and that's going to be a foul against Davis.
I'll tell you what, grown man basketball, when you come off a ball screen, you're getting bumped. These guys are playing tough, hedging, getting out in your dribbling lanes.
So Ryan Mikesell and Josh Cunningham will step out. And our first substitutions of the night, we'll see
Xavier Munford.
Thompson.
Well, Xavier Munford in for TMT, and he's a former Rhode Island Ram.
Scoochie Smith direct in traffic. 17 seconds on the shot clock, being heavily guarded by Crawford. Daryl Davis going to dribble in, kick it back out. Trey Landers, 3 from the left wing.
Yes. Trey needs to get active. That was a great 3 for Trey, and he is the enforcer here for Red Scare. It'd be great. This is the type of game where he could thrive in.
I tell you what, the money team, Norm.
6 for 6.
6 for 6 from the floor, shooting 100%. 14-5 the lead. Scoochie Smith goes up, can't get that to fall. Volleyed around, still loose. Trevor Thompson fighting for it. Jimmer Fredette coming away with the loose ball. And he finds Munford. Munford pushing tempo, being picked up by Landers. Munford going to get the ball back to Fredette off the switch. Now Landers back on Fredette. Creek has it, being guarded by Daryl Davis. He notices the mismatch, so aggressive, goes up. They missed the first shot of the night. Ball's loose, and it's going to stay here with the money team.
Well, Creek is incredible speed on the block. His post moves, he's very athletic, Australian. And he's a lefty, but he finishes with his right better than his left.
Jimmer Fredette going to take the ball sideline out of bounds right in front of the Flyer bench. We see C.J. Walker checking back in for the first time, and the sloppy pass, but Creek able to come away with it. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Munford from the left corner comes off the ball screen, going to go into the big man. C.J. Walker coming away with the steal. Walker quickly pushes tempo. Here's Daryl Davis to his left, and they find a wide open Trevor Thompson for the dunk.
That's what you like to see. Trevor Thompson rim running. Great defense by C.J. Walker, the Buckeye, former Buckeye.
Yep,
he had some great defensive plays last night. He took a great charge that was critical.
C.J. Walker doing a little bit of it all. He forced the turnover, dribbles down, finds Daryl Davis, who found a wide open Trevor Thompson in transition. Nice give and go, a little action right here. Munford from the corner, contested by Seibert. The ball volleys out, and now coming away with it is Trevor Thompson. He finds Daryl Davis. Daryl Davis pushing tempo. No one comes up to stop the ball. Kicks it out. Seibert looking for his first point of the night. Can't get that shot to fall. Excellent hustle by Daryl Davis.
Yeah. Good rebounder as a guard.
Daryl Davis going to go all the way back in.
Great drive, great rebound. Baby D, the all-time leading scorer for TBT Red Scare.
And another turnover. Daryl Davis again coming away with it, and he's going to be fouled by Creek.
Fans are back in the game.
And it's all
reminiscent of last night.
And when you say reminiscent of last night, it's all starting at the defensive end. All right, folks, we have our first timeout of the night. The money team, they lead it by 5, but the momentum is on the side of the Dayton Flyers Red Scare. It's 14-9 with 3:32 to go. Former Flyer Norm Grevey, myself, Justin Kinner, live at the University of Dayton Arena. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Sports injury, low back pain, or are you interested in improving your performance and getting to the next level? Orion Sports Medicine is truly a unique sports medicine and physical therapy clinic and training facility. We offer a highly educated staff that is experienced working with athletes from the recreational and youth levels to elite professionals. We offer services that include PT, functional assessment, wellness, fitness, return to sports, sports medicine, strength and conditioning, and more at our state-of-the-art facility in Miamisburg. For more information, visit orionsportsmedicine.com.
Hey, Reds fans, do you own your own propane tank? Did last winter and high gas prices hit you in the pocketbook? If so, this summer you should consider choosing Call It Propane. Call It offers budget billing and pre-buy purchase options to lock in your price for the upcoming winter season. Visit callitpropane.com or stop by one of our 3 convenient locations in Xenia, Wilmington, or Lebanon for more information. Call It Propane, our family keeping your family warm for over 70 years.
The money team, they were 6 for their first 6, and right now 6 of 8 still shooting the ball 75%. But their problem is they've turned the ball over 4 times in the first 5.5 minutes of this ball game. The Flyers shooting 44%. They trail 14-9. It looked like, and again, Norm, for the second straight night, they found themselves down double digits here in the early going of the first quarter, but at least it took them a lot less time to get it back going. They didn't need a whole quarter like they did last night.
Yeah. Well, 3 steals. That did it. And Justin, you called it. It all started on the defensive end. Ryan Mikesell coming out on the screen and shutting Crawford down and holding Fredette, making them make the extra play. And they got some steals, and it created baskets for the Red Scare. And the momentum's now back in the Red Scare's favor.
The Dayton Flyers Red Scare, the 5 on the floor: Daryl Davis, Trey Landers, C.J. Walker, Jordan Seibert, Trevor Thompson. You know, it's interesting. This is the 3rd game of this run. Trevor Thompson comes off the bench. I don't think it's a coincidence that every time he comes off the bench, that's usually the start of a run for the Red Scare. He changes the dynamic of the game, not just at the defensive end, but honestly at the offensive end. They have found quite a few easy buckets since he's checked into the ballgame.
Yeah, and Trey Landers getting that little jump shot. C.J. Wilson has been a big help for this group. Joe Thomason's coming in. He's had a great TBT 2 games so far. Gives them that energy and that little chip on the shoulder you need. And this is a game that Landers, I think, with his toughness,
they need that.
They need him to really have a big game, and it was great to see him get that 3 earlier in the night.
I'm going to see Joe Thomason now, who checked in. C.J. Walker reverses it to Landers. Landers being picked up by Evans. Daryl Davis being guarded by Fredette, trying to get the ball into Trevor Thompson. Thompson comes away with it. Going to go right at the big man. Going to spin back to his left shoulder, go up with the hook. Just rolls out, volleyed around, and the ball comes down in the hands of Evans. That's a nice look.
Yeah,
He's going to get it to
Booker's out of the game, so they went right at his replacement, Carmichael.
Fredette being guarded by Davis. Excellent on ball. Actually, just face guarding Jimmer Fredette, not allowing him to.
Oh, it looked like a travel.
Yeah, Crawford gets the shot off, no good, and that's Landers who nearly comes away with it. C.J. Walker dives into the bench.
Wow, collision on the bench. Everybody went flying over there.
And again,
we hope they're okay.
You want to talk about what this tournament means. It's not just some off-season pickup game tournament. You don't see guys dive on the floor in those pickup game tournaments. These guys, they want to win, not just the $1 million. I think you could take the $1 million off the table, Norm. I still think you see these teams play at this intense level. But yeah, I'm sure the $1 million.
These guys are professionals, and you like to see that hustle. That just tells you what's on the line. They are playing for $1 million. You're at your home school's arena. There's a lot to be pumped up for.
14-9, 2:45 to go. Joe Thomas is going to come off the high ball screen. Gets the ball to Landers. Landers. That leads to a turnover.
Jeremy Evans, former slam dunk contest winner.
Munford being picked up by Joe Thomason. Munford gets right past Joe Thomason, and another big block by Trevor Thompson. Fredette being guarded by Daryl Davis. Miscommunication, wide open shooter in the corner, but
Trevor's now got 5 blocks in the TBT.
They're not just little blocks, they're power blocks.
And they're big
full
blocks.
Extension, yeah. Dale Davis backs down for that.
Yeah. You almost saw that coming. You could see that happening a mile away. Baby D trying to post up Fredette. And Fredette takes the charge.
And Fredette is the darling, too, so, he's going to get a lot more of those calls than not.
Get that call.
So now it's going to be Red Scare basketball.
And it's important to keep him in check. He had a nice
Money Team basketball. Sorry.
Yeah, Fredette had a nice little drive earlier in the game, but he hasn't really gotten any shot attempts from 3. You got to really keep an eye on these next few possessions.
All right, 14-9, 2:03 to go. Money Team with the lead. Fredette comes off the high ball screen, being guarded by Joe Thomason. Thomason comes hard off that ball screen, set by Evans. Fredette gets right past the defender and kisses it off the glass. One of his easier looks here tonight. C.J. Walker quickly gets the ball off the inbounds pass. Has now Bursey backs out to reset it. Ryan Mikesell reverses it to V. Sanford, who's in the game for the first time. Cross-court pass to Walker. Walker, we haven't seen him take a 3 yet. He misses that one.
Decent look from an inside-out pass from Thompson. But what possession before for Fredette, he makes it look easy.
3 from the corner for the Money Team, and that was missed.
That was a quick shot by them.
Joe Thomason being picked up by Munford. Trevor Thompson going to come up and set the high ball screen. Joe Thomason thought about the pass, fake pass, and buries the jump shot. Free throw line extended.
Yeah, he's very dangerous with the basketball under pressure and duress. Has the handle and the savvy to get to the paint and a nice little floater pull-up.
16-11 now. 1:05 to go here in the first quarter. Money Team leads it by 5. Munford going to come off the high ball screen set by Evans. Munford being guarded heavily. That's Crawford, being guarded by C.J. Walker.
Over and back.
That's going to be a turnover over and back. And V. Sanford going to pick it up, and V. Sanford going to go up and lay it in. Probably not a smart decision there by Jimmer Fredette, but it works out for the Flyers. 16-13, 42 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Flyer fans on their feet. Munford being guarded by Joe Thomason on the left far extended wing. 19 seconds on the shot clock, 33 remaining here in quarter number 1. Munford talking, Joe Thomason talking. White coming up to set the ball screen. Munford opts not to use it. Off the switch now, Ryan Mikesell guarding Munford on the left wing. Munford crossover, goes baseline, floater, hand in his face. Nothing more you could do if you're Ryan Mikesell.
That's a great ISO by Munford on Mikesell, who's been playing great defense tonight.
V. Sanford, the oldest player on this roster for the Red Scare. He slows it down, 8 seconds. V. Sanford comes off the screen. Sanford floater along the baseline.
Hey, I've seen that floater before.
He loves that floater. Joe Thomason.
Joe Thomason blocks the half-court heave.
Unbelievable. 18-15 is your final here after quarter number 1.
Great first quarter of basketball by both teams.
I mean, just what you expected. It's the regional final here tonight. The winner of tonight advances to championship week, which if the Red Scare wins, they advance right here today. So there you go. It won't be a long distance for them. All right, folks, we'll step away. An exciting first quarter in the books. We have 3 more quarters of exciting action coming your way. More TBT on WING action coming up next. The Money Team leads at 18-15. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
It's the TBT on WING. Back to more Red Scare basketball on 1410 ESPN Radio.
After 1 quarter of play, the money team holds on to a 1-possession, 3-point lead, 18-15. Your score after 1 quarter of play. For the second straight night, Norm, the Red Scare found themselves down double digits in the first quarter. But as I stated earlier, they didn't need to wait an entire quarter for them to snap out of their funk, if you will. They figured it out. They figured it out quickly. It started at the defensive end, and then they started to get looks and really nice lay-ins off turnovers. Defense to offense has been the key to success in that first quarter.
Both teams are doing pretty well offensively, getting what they want to get. And I love the way Red Scare's defense has come alive here in the second half of that first quarter. But we made a little run with Booker on the bench. Yep. So he's back into the game to start second quarter, and Fredette's now on the bench getting a rest.
Keep in mind, you talk about the defense, Norm. The money team started out the game 6 for 6. They're 8 for 14. They definitely cooled off down that stretch in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Red Scare is now up to 4 steals on the evening, and that's been a big difference maker. Turnovers lead the offense.
Crawford reverses it to Munford, being guarded by Thomason. 8:50 to go here. We just get started. Creek spin move over Ryan Mikesell, and that's a very good move offensively. Creek spin move over one of the best defenders the Red Scare has, and then to finish after he created separation over Trevor Thompson. Not a bad finish.
Creek's about as good as player I've seen on the block in terms of just his moves and getting shots off.
V. Sanford going to come off the Trevor Thompson ball screen. Nice little give and go. Nope, not a nice give and go. It leads to a turnover. White comes away with the turnover. Now Munford pushing tempo. Booker going to get the ball in transition, being picked up by Mikesell, but leaves an angle along the baseline. Creek is fouled by Sanford.
That was a great pass and catch by Booker on the half-court leak out. Ryan cut him off, and a nice dump off to Creek. And that's a tough inside combination of Creek and Booker.
Yeah, Creek and Booker, they come back out to start the second quarter. You could just tell they're a much different-looking team with those two on the floor than when they were off. Creek at the free throw line for the money team. It's 20-15. Make it 20. It stays 20-15. He misses the first free throw. 8:20 to go.
I will say the one advantage that Red Scare has on the money team is the bench. You know, Coach Gruden's going to use all his guys. And I think a good chance of TNT wearing out late in this game has got to be part of the game plan.
Between the home court advantage with the Flyer faithful and the deep bench, the Flyers just have to make sure they hang around. They can't let this game get out of hand like they almost did in the first quarter. Thomason thought about leaning in for the contact on the shot. C.J. Walker steps through the Crawford pressure, reverses it to Sanford. Sanford at the top of the key, being guarded by Munford. Pull up three, no good. Thompson spikes it down, trying to keep the ball alive to give themselves a chance, but it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, not a bad shot by Villa, but I'd love to have seen that drop. You know, he had a good look there off a little ISO on the top of the key.
20-15 now. It's going to be money team basketball. 7:51 to go here in the first half. Crawford coming up the left wing, being picked up by C.J. Walker. They're going to get the ball right back in to Creek. Creek being guarded by Mikesell. Sanford coming down to help. White trying to play off the ball.
Yeah, they doubled down on Creek when he got that post entry. That's what you got to do with him. He's that good.
Red Scare switches everything, which led to Booker on Walker, but Creek went in. They're going to call a foul. Ryan Mikesell was down on the ground when Creek went up for the dunk attempt, and I believe they called a foul on Mikesell.
Well, Mikesell took the charge. He took the charge on the dish.
But it was a late whistle.
And he was falling back on the ground, and Creek went up for the dunk and hung himself, kind of, excuse the pardon, no pun. The ball hit the rim, and he didn't get it over the rim, and he fell down. It could have been a dangerous fall, but a terrible, terrible call.
I guess when you're the official in that situation, it looked so weird and it looked bad, and you almost felt like you had to blow the whistle, right, but you really didn't.
Exactly correct. He anticipated with that kind of fall, it looked like there was a foul.
20-15, the Creek misses the free throw. A couple crucial missed free throws for money team. I mean, they've left some points on the board here. Creek's second free throw, he gets that one to fall. Still a two-possession game, though. It's 21-15, 7:26 to go here in the first half. Walker bringing the ball up the floor, being picked up by Crawford. Walker going to come off the Trevor Thompson, the stagger screen, almost met by a double team. being tough through the pressure. Ryan Mikesell now has it. He's picked up by Creek. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Thompson sets the ball screen, waves it off. Thomason being guarded by Crawford. Thomason going to muscle his way into the paint. Tries to kiss it off the glass. Can't get it to fall. Crawford wastes no time in getting the ball and quickly coming back at the other end. Jimmer Fredette in transition. Picked up by V. Sanford.
That was a great pickup by V.
Yep. V. Sanford splits the defense going right through. Or Fredette splits the defense going right off the Booker screen.
Little teardrop floater. He split the defense on the ball screen hedge.
All of a sudden now it's an 8-point ball game. Red Scare needs a bucket here. V. Sanford gives him that bucket.
Hand down, man down. Greek did not have his hands high. Man, he set a back screen.
See, Walker got hit
That's
hard.
an illegal back screen.
By the way, I've noticed this, especially in this type of tournament.
That's an illegal back screen.
You got it.
I had to tell the ref someone's going to get killed setting that kind of screen.
Well, they got to communicate too, because by the way, Booker, he's looking for those. Booker almost got Thomason a little bit ago. They have to chat and let him know that screen's coming. I agree with you, but like that's where that communication comes into play. You're right. Someone's going to get hurt, and they're looking for that. Scoochie Smith now back in the ball game, hands it off to Sanford. Going to come off the Josh Cunningham ball screen. Sanford splits the defense, gets it back to Mikesell. 6:22 to go. Mikesell top of the key. Can't get that shot to fall.
Yeah, it's not an illegal play, but it's a dirty play, and you just don't see a lot of it.
See, and again, Booker was going for
head hunting.
Yeah.
That's what we call head hunting.
And when you're the biggest guy on the floor, that's a fun game to play, I guess. I would never know.
Unless you're getting head hunted.
Yes, I would know that. Jimmer Fredette being guarded by Ryan Mikesell. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Excellent on ball. Got Mikesell off his feet. Good recovery. That all started with Mikesell.
Yeah,
He's forced the turnover.
And we called that last evening. And not to repeat ourselves constantly, but Ryan Mikesell's played great defense this whole TBT tournament.
Trey Landers checks back into the game. He will replace Ryan Mikesell.
Baby D on Fredette.
Fredette being guarding Fredette. Scoochie just didn't see it. They just get the shot off.
Oh my God! What a play! Timeout.
So a very funky play right there. They get the shot off right as shot clock was expiring.
It was an alley-oop three-point attempt.
It was the craziest thing. But Sanford, again, they were just a little sloppy on the outlet pass. And a smart heads-up play by Joey Gruden to call a quick timeout. We'll keep it here.
Little mini run by Money Team when they came to start the second quarter, bringing in the starters and Creek and Booker. You know, they're so good. They just have a tempo about them where they control the game. And Red Scare is hanging right there. They can't let it get away from them here. They're down 6. Got to keep running their stuff. Maybe a couple of threes will fall. Seibert hasn't been in the game. I'd expect to see him in and get the starters back in with Scooch.
They're just trying to find that.
Yeah, let's see who's coming. Yeah, they got Scooch back in, and C. Sanford still in at the 2 guard. Baby D at the 3. Got Cunningham at the 5. Trey Landers at the 4.
The thing about this matchup so far tonight, it's a game of runs, but they're not big runs. The largest run the Flyers have gone on is a 4-0 run, and a 6-0 run's the largest run by the Money Team. Smith now handling the ball. 17 seconds on the shot clock. 5:32 to go. 23-17. Money Team up. Scoochie Smith finds Josh Cunningham wide open at the top of the key. And again, very reminiscent to last night. They're good shots. They're open shots. They're just not falling. And, you get a couple of these to fall. It's a much different looking score. They're lucky it's still a 2-possession, only a 6-point ball game.
Well, Cunningham doesn't have to screen and pop at the 3. He can do it at the free throw line.
White wide open for the left wing, and he buries the 3.
That's Erico White from Ole Miss. Great shooter. Good player.
It's their second largest lead of the night. Scoochie and the nice crossover. Scoochie, the little floater in the paint, too much behind that one.
Scooch kind of didn't know if he wanted to do a bank shot or an alley-oop.
And Booker going to come through in transition. A good job by Landers and trying to muscle him up, going up to contest. Landers finds Davis in transition. Wow. Defense to offense once again.
Baby D, I said it last night. He's just a great player. He's made himself a good player. He was just a shooter when he came to Dayton. And now he can take the ball in the deck.
It's funny.
And rebound.
Funny you say that of all the Flyers that have come back. He's the most improved of all the Flyers since their time here. Nice split of the defense. Goes up. Contact's made. Cunningham coming away with the board. Cunningham dribbles under the pressure. Finds Trey Landers. Landers, quick outlet pass. Daryl Davis finds the 3.
That's his game. And teammate to teammate. from the Flyers. They've seen this little scrum underneath. Booker and Scooch, sweet nothings.
And Scoochie Smith, by the way, not backing down, going against the much bigger Booker. And right now they're having to separate them. And we talked before.
We knew Trey Landers would get in it.
Yeah, and Trey Landers telling the crowd, hey, let's get into it. Let's let them have it. And that's the thing, too. I watched the money team yesterday. They have a couple of hot-headed players on their roster. They got in a couple chippy situations yesterday against Men of Mackey. There are a few players on the Red Scare roster that I told you before, keep an eye out to see if they get involved in the scrum tonight. Scoochie was not one of the players I told you to look out for, by the way.
No, I think he had just had enough of some of the hard screens that Booker has been setting. And they haven't been called for any moving or illegals, but they're excessive, let's just say the least. And Thomason and Trey Landers, we said it. We knew those guys are going to feast in these kind of environments. This is what they want.
The crowd just booed. I'm not really sure what the call was, but might have been So a double technical is what it sounds like it had happened. We'll take a look.
Yeah.
Double technical.
Again, you want to keep your composure because one more and you're out.
And the thing to keep in mind, between Scoochie and Booker, the player that's most likely to get a second one is Booker. Let's just be clear. Scoochie now going to pick up the ball. Davis bringing the ball down. Scoochie, you can tell right now, he's fired up. He's playing intense defense. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Booker's still out on the floor. Booker going to hand it off to Fredette. It's getting a little testy out there right now, if you will. Booker muscles his way down, comes away with the offensive board, goes up, and you can see the intensity has picked up big time here at UD Arena. Booker barked after he got that board.
That's a mean man right there. We're sitting here with Fran Fischella. He's laughing. All these big shots here at the press row table tonight. They can't believe the toughness of both of these teams.
26-22, the money team with a 4-point lead. The Red Scare hanging around, being tough. 3:45 to go here in the first half. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
The Big Hoopla is proud to welcome the TBT, the basketball tournament, back to the Gem City. Join the Big Hoopla and all the fun and excitement as we cheer on Dayton's alumni team, the Red Scare. The stakes are high as TBT is a $1 million winner-take-all event. We'll see you at UD Arena for the Dayton Regionals and the TBT Championship July 24th through August 2nd. For tickets and sponsorship information, visit DaytonHoopla.com. That's DaytonHoopla.com.
How did hiring the right person become so difficult? Well, it doesn't have to be. Alpha Digital already has targeted databases built of very qualified candidates that are just looking for the right opportunity. That allows you to target exactly who you're trying to reach with a budget that is customized just for you. Learn about all the possibilities by going to alphamediadigital.com today. Find your next star employee with alphamediadigital.com.
Justin Kinner, Norm Grevey back with you here at the University of Dayton Arena, the TBT on WING. The money team, they have a 2-possession, 4-point lead. It's 26-22, Norm, 3:45 to go. The intensity has picked up, exactly what we had anticipated tonight, a physical, well-executed game. Scoochie Smith, this is the most animated I've seen him since his return to UD Arena this weekend. Him and Booker had to be separated. Double technicals were distributed between both. And now both teams, it's almost like that kind of woke up both teams because both teams right now playing very intense basketball.
Yeah, it's a very well-played game, just a little more physical than my liking. I like to see a little more even calls to some of the moving screens, but from a stat standpoint, we're even rebounding. We're even on the turnover battle. We're right there. Just a few shots haven't fallen our way. We've had some open looks, and you just got to keep getting out on transition. If they can find it, if the Red Scare can get stops, then we have an advantage because we can beat them down the floor. The other thing other than Fredette and Crawford, I don't think this team is a great three-point shooting squad. So if we can kind of stay on Fredette, who hasn't really gone loose yet, I say yet because it usually happens. They've just kind of just possession by possession. Just chip away and keep playing.
So we come out of the timeout, and we talked about Booker. By the way, the crowd has been focused on just cheering for their Flyers, but they have found a player that they are going to zone in on, and it's the guy at the free throw line, Booker, who has yet to score tonight. But man, he has made some big-time man plays, if you will. He is.
Yeah, they're 1 for 6 at the free throw line, and that's
7.
Yeah, that's been huge. Change of events here.
26-22, Red Scare basketball. They trail by 4, 3:37 to go. Scoochie Cunningham hands it off to Jordan Seibert. Seibert being guarded by Munford. Step back 3.
Yes.
Big shot.
Boy, he can get loose.
By Mr. Elam Ending.
We needed him. He's been sitting on that bench. Getting Ben Gay in treatments. Comes out and hits a 3.
Fredette being picked up by Daryl Davis at the top of the key. 26-25. Flyers trail by 1. 3:12 to go. Mumford hands it off to Fredette. Fredette being picked up by Jordan Seibert in the far right corner. Cross-court pass to Booker being picked up by Cunningham. Cunningham contests a long 3. Booker hadn't scored yet tonight. He missed a couple free throws. He started a scrum with Scoochie Smith. He has the crowd booing him now, but he hit the big-time 3. 29-25. Scoochie hesitation dribble. Going to go right up over Booker and lays it in.
Well, the amazing thing there is Booker missed 2 free throws and then comes right down the next possession and drains the 3.
That's called confidence, by the way. That's
he's not lacking any confidence.
No, he's not. Mumford, pull-up jumper with a hand in his face.
Oh, man.
Back-to-back threes for the money team. And I think I blame Norm Grevey, who just got done talking about the team's lack of ability to shoot the three.
I stand corrected. Thanks to Munford and Booker. But Munford is former Rhode Island great. He's been to the arena before.
And I'm sure he doesn't mind angering these UD faithful here. All right, so it's Red Scare basketball out of bounds underneath. Scoochie Smith going to toss it in. 2:26 to go. Finds Daryl Davis in the corner. Gets Fredette off his feet. Going to go right at Crawford. And almost an and one opportunity. He misses the layup. He'll have 2 free throws coming his way.
Great out of bounds play by Coach Gruden, setting up Baby D for the corner 3. Shot fakes, ripped through for 1 dribble, pull up. Almost had the and one.
So the money team is 1 for 6 from the free throw line. Believe it or not, with 2:21 to go in the first half, this is only the first and second free throw attempts for Davis. So a little bit of pause in the action down on the floor. Again, a lot of chirping going on. Scoochie over there with Mumford again. So Daryl Davis is at the free throw line. It's 32-27. Money team with the lead. 2:21 remaining here in the first half. Davis has had a big game tonight, 7 points. It all stays at 7. He misses the free throw. They're 0 for 1 tonight.
Amazingly, Daryl Davis was not a great free throw shooter. Shot 37% from 3 in his career.
Davis, the second free throw is good, and the Flyers back up on the board now. 32-28, 2-possession, 4-point ball game. 2:20 to go here in the first half. The Red Scare has yet to lead here, but they've been able to hang around. Jimmer Fredette being picked up on the left wing by Daryl Davis. Fredette trying to find a way to get the ball into Booker. Cunningham doing a very good job muscling him down low. Booker finally finds the angle he likes. Spin move right off of Cunningham. Kicks it out to Mumford. He hit his last 3, and he buries that one.
Yeah, he's getting hot. Played a season in the NBA.
Scoochie now has the ball in the far right wing, met by Crawford and Jimmer Fredette. Has to dribble out of the pressure.
Open.
Hand off to Seibert, who's wide open, and he counters with a 3 of his own.
There it is. Hit the back of the rim and went straight down.
3 points is 3 points. It doesn't matter how it looks or how they do it.
Money team got discombobulated on defense. No communication. Found Seibert wide open for the 3.
Mumford's hot. He's hit back-to-back threes, but he gets that ball stripped. Scoochie Smith, and that's going to be a technical against Mumford, and that's big for the Dayton Flyers Red Scare. Trey Landers over here right by where we're at the broadcast booth, and he's high-fiving the fans. They're feeding off the energy. The home court advantage is real here tonight at UD Arena. A technical for Mumford, by the way. So Mumford, to reset this here, Norm, he had hit back-to-back threes. He had the ball stripped. He was not pleased. He thought there was a lot of contact. And he yelled at the official and he got popped for the technical.
Well, the money team's the older squad, and just kind of taking themselves, getting caught up in the fans, talking to the stands, doing the hush sign and the ice in the veins and stuff. And
You mean you were that guy? I have a feeling you were that guy.
well, heck yeah, I was that guy.
Say, bunch of norms out
It's
here.
too bad I couldn't be that guy on the golf course.
Oh, the Let's Go Flyers chant echoing throughout.
There we go.
Scoochie Smith being picked up by Mumford.
There it is,
Mumford
another
gets
foul.
Mumford, another foul. And Mumford's just shaking his head, laughing. He is not happy right now, but what else can you do? The momentum definitely in favor of the Flyers. 35-32, by the way, Flyer basketball.
The arena is getting loud with the W.
Yes, hey, Sully will love you for saying that. Shout out to Mr. Sully.
We always got to plug him here and there until November starts.
Yes.
Then everybody's going to be at each other's throats.
That's when me and Sully don't hear from you and others for a while. I'm not allowed in the arena during the winter months. During the summer, I seem to be more welcome. 35-32, Money Team with the 3.1 possession lead. Scoochie Smith being picked up by Mumford. 1:20 to go. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Scoochie Smith, Josh Cunningham, Trey Landers, Jordan Seibert, Daryl Davis. Scoochie Smith comes off the high ball screen, picked up by Booker. Nice crossover dribble. Good defense by Booker, the big man, doing a good job keeping the crafty Scoochie in front. Scoochie Smith, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Booker handed it.
Oh, yeah.
He knocks down the three.
Scoochie!
By the way, those two got this scrum earlier. There is no better way to get back at him than burying that three in his face, and that's what he did. We are tied, Norm, for the first time since 0-0. Crawford comes off. He finds Creek wide open from the left corner, right corner, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Seibert.
No.
Apparently, or maybe Cunningham.
You're right.
Yeah.
I was looking down there, and it looked like a flop. Booker, of all people, flopping on a box out.
I was like, Daryl Davis knocked him down? Really? But I think
he
it was
flopped.
on Cunningham.
I mean, you could call that, but that's experience. 10 years in the NBA will pick that call up on a tough offensive rebound.
All right, so Booker. And by the way, if you go off his stat line, it sounds like as if he has not had a great first half, but he has dominated the game, Norm, like not in the box score, but he has dictated how this team plays at the offensive and defensive end. He garners so much attention defensively and offensively. And look, he's feeding off the crowd, booing him. He's gesturing to the crowd to be loud. Is that Obi Toppin again? Obi Toppin, he's still, him and Jalen Crutcher, by the way, right across behind the Red Scare bench. He's really enjoying the John, by the way. Booker, the free throw is good, and they take the lead right back.
Obi's over in the bench. UD star recruit standing over there, 7-footer from Arizona.
I saw that. Scoochie Smith being picked up by Crawford. 30 seconds here in the first half, 20 on the shot clock. Daryl Davis being picked up by Jimmer Fredette, going to come off the Cunningham ball screen. Davis creates separation. He's going to go right past Fredette and lays it in.
And that's what you do. You go after shooters.
And now the whistle.
The clock is running.
I'm not really sure what's happening. But
Technical.
Another technical. The composure, by the way. The total lack of composure.
Just completely lost composure. Grown man letting the Red Scare crowd get in their head. And it's truly happening. We're witnessing it.
By the way, we haven't done a player of the game the last couple of nights, but the player of the game tonight, is, assuming the Red Scare goes on to win this, the Dayton fans. The Dayton fans are going to win player of the game tonight because they have single-handedly taken Money Team out of this ball game.
This is definitely a little bigger crowd and a much boisterous crowd this evening, if you can believe it, because last night was special.
Unbelievable.
And the Flyer fans are on their feet.
So Crawford's going to bring the ball up for the Money Team. We are tied. No, the Red Scare has their first lead of the night. It's 39-37. Crawford going to be picked up by Scoochie Smith. 7 seconds. Crawford going to come off the high Booker ball screen. Crawford looking for Mumford. Slip pass to Booker. It's a turnover. 1 second remaining. Crawford gets the shot up, and that'll do it. 1 half of play officially in the books. In the crowd.
Great defense by Red Scare.
Unbelievable.
Fans are nuts.
This is exciting, Norm. This is exciting. And, I mean, there's only about 5,000 fans here in attendance tonight, and they are making their presence be felt. All right, folks, good stuff. We are 2 quarters in. We have about a 10-minute halftime break in the action, and the Red Scare, after not leading at all at any point of the ball game, takes a 2-point lead into the half, 39-37. Norm Grevey, Justin Kinner on the call here on 1410 ESPN Radio. The TBT on WING presented by Timothy's Bar and Grill. We'll be back in just a few moments. Give us a 3-minute break in the action, and we'll be right back with you live from UD Arena.
Someday it may happen to you. OVI, DUI, criminal, even divorce custody. And when it does, the one thing you're going to need is legal advice. Someone who can help. The Cordalis Law Office is here to help you with multiple areas of focus. Attorney Carl Cordalis and his team have you covered. The Cordalis Law Office. Experience, integrity, reliability. Visit cordalis-law.com for more info or give them a call today, 937-224-1212, to hear how they can help you. The Big Hoopla is proud to welcome the TBT, the basketball tournament, back to the Gem City. Join the Big Hoopla and all the fun and excitement as we cheer on Dayton's alumni team, the Red Scare. The stakes are high as TBT is a $1 million winner-take-all event. We'll see you at UD Arena for the Dayton Regionals and the TBT Championship July 24th through August 2nd. For tickets and sponsorship information, visit DaytonHoopla.com. That's DaytonHoopla.com.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to sing it.
We're singing words now.
We'll even sing the business part.
Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive.
Now, that's a commercial you'll remember, even if you don't remember the bundle and save with Progressive part.
We're singing that commercial.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This is the end of the jingle. A jingle about insurance.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The big hurt, right?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text ENERGY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ENERGY to 321-321. That's ENERGY to 321-321.
These products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Timothy's Bar and Grill on Brown Street are huge supporters of the Dayton Flyers, and we know you are too. Join Timothy's Bar and Grill in supporting some of your favorite former Flyers like Ryan Mikesell, Trey Landers, Jordan Seibert, Scoochie Smith, and more as they reunite back at UD Arena in pursuit of the $1 million grand prize in the basketball tournament. It's the TBT on WING. Don't miss a second of the Red Scare presented by Timothy's Bar and Grill, all tournament long right here on Dayton's ESPN Radio, 1410 Wing AM.
This is Joe Cordell. In other ads, I've talked about the weighty matters that are on the table in divorce: assets, debts, spousal support, and of course, children. But here I want to talk to you about a troublesome issue that arises early and often in the divorce process, but which attorneys, including myself, say too little about, and that's the cost of a divorce. Yet as important as this factor is, it shouldn't overwhelm the more deserving issues that are raised by divorce. But here are just a few things that Cordell & Cordell is doing to help. We have now reduced our initial deposit or retainer. Also, there's no longer a charge for initial consultations for those who retain. And finally, we now provide on the front end a maximum fee pledge for certain modification and support matters. The bottom line is that to be a partner men can count on, we have to think about all their needs, and attorney fees are no exception.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Dayton area attorneys. 2689 Commons Boulevard, Suite 100, Beaver Creek, Ohio, 45431.
How did hiring the right person become so difficult? Well, it doesn't have to be. Alpha Digital already has targeted databases built to very qualified candidates that are just looking for the right opportunity. That allows you to target exactly who you're trying to reach with a budget that is customized just for you. Learn about all the possibilities by going to alphamediadigital.com today. Find your next star employee with alphamediadigital.com.
All right, welcome back. We are live here at the University of Dayton Arena. The Dayton Flyers, the Red Scare, they hold on to a 2-point advantage. It's 39-37. And what a very wild first half. Justin Kidder, Norm Grevey back with you here at UD Arena. What a wild first half. I mean, I feel like this really isn't about the X's and O's at this point. This is more about just what's between the ears, and not so much for the Red Scare. The money team, I mean, that was about as – honestly, I think at times they look like the better team. They have the size advantage. They have, the better – they have more consistent shooters. You take the crowd out of it, I think they have a more comfortable lead right now at the half. The crowd is what has allowed the Red Scare to get back in this and take this lead into the half. Your thoughts?
Well, I agree 100%. And
that's not a shot at the Flyers. That's just I mean, this is a good basketball team, and they're rattled.
No, they got rattled, and the halftime will be a different second half. There's going to be different runs and different emotions. I think the key for Red Scare is to continue to, they took good shots. They went 5-12 from three-point land. Baby D's been great, 10 points. Jordan Seibert, 9. I think Trey Landers and Ryan Mikesell, their energy and defense has kind of rattled the money team. We've got about 7 steals we forced. And I'll tell you that steals in any kind of basketball, turnovers and steals, it just creates scoring opportunities, obviously, with in transition. And that's the Red Scare's game. And Scooch knows how to find the shooters. Trey Landers found Baby D on that steal, and they're just playing really good basketball. They're playing better, even though yesterday's game was completely different than tonight.
Yes, I mean,
yesterday was a grind. It was a war. There was a low scoring. It seems like this game, which we said early on, it'd be a much more flow game because of the bodies and the fatigue. And I still believe late in this game, the money team could wear out because they're not using their bench.
And we kind of saw that at the end of the first half. Yes, it was they let the crowd get to them, but they also they also looked tired. They didn't have a lot of legs on their shots. They weren't playing as intense defensively.
Well, they played one sub.
Yeah,
they played one sub, whereas the Red Scares played all 10 players. And B. Sanford, let's don't forget, came in and gave good energy minutes. And that was probably why Seibert sat a little more than usual, which was fine. And then right when he came in, he hit a 3. So I think Coach Gruden's doing a fantastic job managing playing time, calling set plays underneath. We got Baby D, a nice and 1 there. So Coach Gruden's on his A game as well.
No, I mean, very good performance top to bottom. Shooting percentage. Keep in mind, Red Scare did not start out shooting the ball hot at all, Norm, but they 15-28 from the floor, 53%. They've taken 12 threes. They've knocked down 5 of them. On the flip side, the money team shooting 56%. They're 14-25. Again, it's a 2-point, 1-possession ball game. Both teams are playing pretty much even, but it's just coming down to the differences, their lack of ability to hit free throws, and then their composure. Free throws and composure are the reason that the Red Scare have the lead right now. That's because they're knocking down their free throws, and they're showing more composure, even with Scoochie Smith's double tap.
And bench as well, bench scoring, and we'll get back to that. Red Scare has 10 points off the bench, where the money team only has 3. And I think, like I said, I just don't think the money team's using their subs wisely. And that could come back to haunt them late in the game. They've got some little bit of a foul trouble. Munford has a technical along with Booker. So any more chit-chat out of them, they're going to have to zip it in the second half.
Well, this is why I'm not a coach, but if I was coaching, I would send someone out there to get under Booker's skin.
Well, we do have
you have two guys.
We have two guys in mind, and one played at Wright State, and one grew up about 3 miles from here.
I'm not letting you, as a Flyer, use our Wright State writer as a scapegoat, or you're not going to throw him to the wolves. Just,
yeah.
But hey, take one for the team, would you? There you go.
Be part of the headhunter,
yes.
Which is Booker.
The Red Scare, they closed out the first half on quite the run. They hit 7 of their last 7 shots. Can they pick up where they left off? We'll find out. We'll be back in 2 minutes. It's halftime. The Red Scare leads at 39-37. We're just moments away from second half action getting underway. 2 minutes. We'll be back in 2 minutes right here live from the University of Dayton Arena.
The Big Hoopla is proud to welcome the TBT, the basketball tournament, back to the Gem City. Join the Big Hoopla and all the fun and excitement as we cheer on Dayton's alumni team, the Red Scare. The stakes are high as TBT is a $1 million winner-take-all event. We'll see you at UD Arena for the Dayton Regionals and the TBT Championship July 24th through August 2nd. For tickets and sponsorship information, visit DaytonHoopla.com. That's DaytonHoopla.com. Someday it may happen to you. OVI, DUI, criminal, even divorce custody. And when it does, the one thing you're going to need is legal advice. Someone who can help. The Cordalis Law Office is here to help you with multiple areas of focus. Attorney Carl Cordalis and his team have you covered. The Cordalis Law Office. Experience, integrity, reliability. Visit cordalis-law.com for more info or give them a call today, 937-224-1212, to hear how they can help you.
Here's the deal. I've had constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating for years. I've tried a lot of laxatives and fiber supplements, but my symptoms keep coming back.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceutical.
Dayton Flyers basketball fans, it's time for the TBT on WING. Ryan Meixel, Trey Landers, Scoochie Smith, and more are back at UD Arena as the Red Scare looks to win it all. It's time to get loud. We now send you to the University of Dayton Arena with former Flyer Norm Grevey and Justin Kidder.
All right, we have 2 quarters in the books, and that has led us here to this 39-37 2-point advantage for the Red Scare over the money team. Justin Kidder, former Flyer Norm Grevey, back with you here at the University of Dayton Arena. Starting 5 for the Flyers back out on the floor that started the contest, Norm. Josh Cunningham, obviously Daryl Davis, Scoochie Smith, Jordan Seibert, and Ryan Meixel. Daryl Davis led all Flyer scores in the first half with 10 points. He was beyond efficient, 4 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 2 from behind the three-point line. He also had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Daryl Davis, he talked about it. Of all the Flyers that have returned to the arena, he's shown the most improvement of all the Flyers from their playing days.
Well, especially since his freshman year. He came from Michigan as a 4-star recruit, heavily recruited. Archie Miller fine. And developed into a 15 points a game scorer, which I don't think anybody expected that out of him, maybe except for the coaching staff. And comes back, and he's able to rebound. He posted up last night, Mo Aker a few times.
Yeah.
He's just he's turned into just a complete basketball player.
All right, now, so here we go. We're off and rolling. Daryl Davis brings the ball down the floor, gets it to Cunningham, who's picked up by Booker. They get the ball to Scoochie Smith in the post, kicks out to Jordan Seibert from the corner. He misses it from the corner.
That could have been big.
That
would have been
yes.
half off.
Man, when we get to that Elam ending period of this matchup, I mean, my goodness. One thing to keep in mind, Very similar type of matchup yesterday with Metamaki. The money team came out, and they just laid it on Metamaki in the second half. Keep an eye on that because you could already see the aggressiveness has been flipped up just a notch. And that's Creek, who, of course, went driving hard into the lane and drew the foul, and they'll have a couple free throws coming his way.
And Creek was dominant in the first quarter, getting to the rim and kind of disappeared in the second quarter. First possession goes right to the basket. Josh Cunningham was inside the arc for the block.
So Creek leads things off here for the money team, and he gives the money team a 1-point advantage, a 3-point play they cap off. So now Daryl Davis being picked up by Jimmer Fredette, going to come off the high Cunningham ball screen.
Mishandled the shot there.
I think that's why he mishandled it. Scoochie Smith going to come off the Cunningham ball screen from the far right corner. A three right in front of the Flyer bench. Can't get it to fall. Jimmer Fredette coming away with the rebound. Money team leads it by 1. It's 40-39, 8:09 to go. Jimmer Fredette coming up the broadcast booth side. Hand in his face. Takes the three. Can't get that one to fall. Excellent box out by Ryan Mikesell, by the way. Scoochie Smith pushing tempo. Going to go right at Crawford. Scoochie Smith going to go up and kiss it off the glass. Yeah. And the Flyers strike again, 41-40.
Big on small right there. Crawford's only 5'7", the Cincinnati, Ohio native.
Good job, good defense by Daryl Davis, picking up Jimmer Fredette. Booker now has it.
He's done a very good job on Fredette.
Davis going to come off the Creek ball screen, and Creek going to go all the way up and finish strong with the left hand, 42-41. Money team takes the lead right back. Little back and forth action is officially underway.
Yeah, I think we're going to hear a lot of Creek in the second half.
Daryl Davis backs down Jimmer Fredette. Cross-court pass, Cunningham. Cunningham going to dribble right past Booker. Booker, though, able to recover. Cunningham going to back down. Booker go up with the left hand.
Nice.
And a very nice post move by Cunningham.
Very nice left hand hook on Booker. ISO post up.
By the way, I just looked across. It's such a surreal scene behind the Flyer bench right now. And Chris Wright's over there with Obi Toppin and Jalen Crutcher. I mean, there's a who's who of Flyer talent over there. Jimmer Fredette now being picked up by Ryan Mikesell. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Fredette going to go right at Mikesell. Hesitation dribble. Mikesell hand in Fredette's face. Fredette can't get it to fall. Dale Davis coming away with the long rebound. Nice behind the back dribble. Davis going to go right at Davis, the other side, and go up, and he will finish and one. And he screams right in the cameraman's face, and he lets the people watching it at home on ESPN2 know that he came to play tonight. 45-42, the Flyers with the lead now.
Well, one thing that Baby D is we don't even mention his rebounding ability as a guard. A rebound, he takes it coast to coast, a little behind the back pass, had Cyber on the wing. Big on small again. We have a height advantage with our guards. And we've used that to our advantage back in the basket.
Absolutely.
And you can get your shot off at any time with a smaller defender.
By the way, you notice that's one adjustment that was made at the half. Whoever the guard is, they're attacking Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
They're going. They're not just
like
going
they did against Mo Acker.
Yep. Trust
from
me,
the Golden Eagles.
I could feel Acker and Crawford's pain. Trust me. Speaking of Crawford,
but
crafty guard he is, by the way. He started out the game very hot, too. Remember, he got a couple
Two
threes. Yeah, he paced them offensively. Scoochie Smith coming down. It's 46-44. Red Scare with the 2-point advantage. 6:18 to go here in the third quarter. Scoochie reverses it to Daryl Davis, being guarded by Fredette. Ryan Mikesell now has the size advantage. Going to back down Crawford. Mikesell gets right past Crawford, goes up, and the shot falls.
Yeah.
You got to get Crawford out if you're the money team because he's almost hurting you at the defensive end right now. He's a very good player, but Red Scare did a good job of isolating the smaller guard.
But they only play one sub.
Crawford, yeah, that's the other problem too. Crawford
has a poor foul by Cunningham off the screen and roll. Fouls Crawford for a three. He'll get three free throws. You just want to contest that. Nowadays, if you go forward on your closeout, any contact, years ago, that was a play on. Or if anything, if you got fouled when the ball released your hands many years ago shooting threes, I don't know how many times I'd get fouled, and it wasn't a foul back in the day, because the ball was out of my hands. The refs were just looking at the ball.
Yeah.
And a lot of players will close out and box out, and they're underneath you as you're landing. And nowadays they're calling that a foul, which I think it is a foul. But 25, 30 years ago, no foul. Only on the shot.
Crawford makes the free throws count, by the way. 48-47. 5:51 to go here in the third quarter. Scoochie Smith being picked up by Crawford. Scoochie Smith recovers after nearly losing it. Crawford Smith going to go right at Crawford again. Kicks it out to Trevor Thompson. Crawford coming away with the steal. Crawford pushing tempo. Finds Jimmer Fredette in transition. Big if it goes. It rattles out. Coming down with it, Ryan Mikesell, and that's a foul against Creek.
Creek over the back. Very athletic big man.
Creek, that's only his second foul here in 18 minutes
And
of
of
play
course,
tonight.
Ryan Mikesell, Mr. Defense, has a great box out. Draws the foul.
Scoochie Smith now gets the inbounds pass. He'll walk it up at a slower tempo, gets it to Mikesell now. Mikesell being picked up by Creek. Mikesell just passes the half-court line right at the D.
Like to get Seibert a shot here.
Dale Davis, 16 seconds on the shot clock, comes off the Trevor Thompson ball screen. Nice slip pass by Ryan Mikesell, who gets the easy bucket.
It seems like the Red Scare right now is able to get any shot they want, which is something I would be surprised to say going into tonight.
Booker being off the floor is a help too. Crawford finding Creek, and Creek goes and dunks it in right over Trevor Thompson. You know, I feel kind of silly earlier saying take Crawford out. I know he's hurting them defensively, but he is such a dynamic offensive player for such a little guy. Ryan Mikesell going to walk the ball up the floor, being picked up by Creek. Creek being very physical. Mikesell pull up jumper with the hand in his face. Mikesell buries the three.
Yes.
53-49.
Great move by Mikesell. The youth of Red Scare stepping up big time. Baby D and Mikesell.
Crawford going to come off the high ball screen. Crawford steps through, finds a nice cutter and slasher to the bucket. He can't finish. That was Evans, who was looking for his first bucket of the night. Scoochie Smith now pushing the ball in transition. Now Scoochie's going to come off the Thompson ball screen. Nice cross-court pass to the corner. Jordan Seibert can't get that through the ball.
That would have been huge, Justin.
Evans finds Crawford. Crawford finds Creek. Creek finds the bucket.
Well, I think the Red Scare really thought that was going in. And they didn't hustle back on defense. Creek is such a good athlete. I'm telling you, he's the best athlete on the floor by a wide margin.
He runs the floor so well, by the way.
He's so fast.
He doesn't just run the floor. It's one thing to run the floor, but to have teammates who know how to look up the second they get the ball. I mean, it was one dribble,
that's half
one
the
pass.
battle.
Yeah.
But these guys are professionals. They look ahead.
Crawford had it, one dribble, one pass, one extra pass, and a layup. I mean, it was just boom, boom, boom.
And you know, Crawford with Fredette struggling a little bit with Baby D on him. Crawford is able to get into the paint.
Mikesell coming away, muscles it. Going to go right at Fredette. Mikesell going to go up, right hand extended layup. How about Mikesell? Finally, this is the best game I've seen him play this weekend.
Yeah.
He's hit some big shots sporadically, but this is one of the few times I've seen him go on a run by himself.
Yeah, well, defensively, he's stepped up, but now he's bringing his offense tonight. And Mikesell had a great winter, Justin. I think he played in Germany.
He got hurt late, but he was,
had a good
MVP
season and moved up. Yeah, moved up a division.
All right, folks, good stuff. The Flyers come out hot here in the third quarter. It's 55-51. Red Scare with a 4.2 possession advantage here. 3:47 remaining. We're going to take a 60-second timeout.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work, man. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The big hurt, right?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text ENERGY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ENERGY to 321-321. That's ENERGY to 321-321.
These products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
55-51. The Red Scare leads it by 4 over the money team. We have 3:47 remaining here in the third quarter. Norm, what we've seen here in the third quarter versus what your expectations were coming into the third quarter, how have they lined up? Because I was expecting a more aggressive money team. It really, Red Scare have done a good job of really picking up where they left off in that second quarter.
Yeah, my prediction going into this game would be that the Red Scare would be chipping away against the lead that the TMT would have. And lo and behold, the Red Scare's up 4. And the reason for that is they're just playing better basketball. The depth and the shooting ability by the Red Scare, and really Scooch able to, they're getting any shot they want on offense. But defensively, we're having a hard time with Creek, who has 16 points, 7 of 10 field goals. And it seems like he has 30 already, but he only has 16, but he's the leading scorer in the game.
Yeah, he's been the most consistent scoring threat. Mumford has 10, but 6 of those came in that back-to-back 3 stretch that he had. You take that away, he has 4. You think Crawford, who has 11 points, you take away the first 2 threes that he paced the offense in the first quarter, he's at 5 points now. So there's really been no consistent scorers. I mean, even when Booker's been in, they've just worked the ball through him, but he hasn't dominated as far as putting the ball in the hole. It's really the X factor is going to be Jimmer Fredette. If he gets hot down the stretch, he could be a big difference maker. The Red Scare taking advantage of his slow start, though, that's for sure.
25 points a game, and he's 0 for 4 from 3 tonight.
Mike Sell and Daryl Davis have done a fantastic job on him, by the way. They're going to go right inside to Evans, talking about the money team, and the money team going to have an offensive foul called on Evans right off the bat here, coming out of that timeout.
Yeah, Evans, slam dunk champion, out of control on the post pass. Scooch could have called a charge as well. But as we said, offensively, we're getting any shot we want. Keep spreading the floor. I think this is an opportunity to get a Trevor Thompson a touch. Maybe get him rolling because the guy Booker's on the bench.
Scoochie Smith now with the ball, 3:22 to go, 55-51. Red Scare with the lead. Mike Sell with the ball on the left wing. He's going to dribble, pull up, jumper along the baseline. It rattles out, ball still loose, and Ryan Mike Sell chases down the loose ball, finds Jordan Seibert from the right corner, buries it.
Big shot, great rebound, great pass by Mike Sell. And Seibert as good as anybody when his feet are set.
All right, 58-51, 2:58 to go, and another offensive foul. That's going to be called against White. I heard the double whistle. I wasn't sure if we were about to get another technical. And a smart decision here by the money team. They would like to keep they would like to keep the big man Booker out for a little bit more just for some rest to keep him fresh heading into the fourth. But you know what? It's 2:57 to go. They need him out there. He's a difference maker.
And we talked about hard ball screens, men setting screens, and it finally called up to TMT there, moving screen.
Scoochie Smith being guarded by Crawford. Fake spin move, comes right off, finds Trevor Thompson slipping to the bucket, kicks it back out to Jordan Seibert with the hand in his face. Can't get that to fall. Daryl Davis nearly coming away with the board. Crawford coming down with it. He runs up the right sideline. Crawford pushing tempo, going to go up with the left hand. Scoop shot it in. Nice play by Crawford.
And it's not great transition defense by Red Scare.
Scoochie Smith going to go right at Booker, kicks it back out. Trevor Thompson, the big man, uncontested. Can't get it to fall. Daryl Davis running down. And as he goes up for the offensive putback, Jimmer Fredette, who feels like he had a clean strip, gets called for the foul. Jimmer Fredette, that will be his first foul of the afternoon.
But he's having trouble staying with Baby D on the glass. Obviously, Baby D was looking to the hole early in the game. And he's crashing the boards. 6'5" guard against 6'2".
Daryl Davis at the free throw line now for the Red Scare, and he buries the first one. 59-53 now, the score up to 6-point lead.
Just doesn't look like he has his legs. He put so much energy in that performance last night. Not that he can't do it, because Baby D had a little bit of an off night last night, and he's stepping up and playing great today.
59-53. Daryl Davis misses the second free throw. Trevor Thompson gets the rebound off the missed free throw. CJ Walker, who just checked back in, going to come off the Thompson ball screen. Finds Ryan Mikesell. 1-2 step. Fire and shoot. Can't get it to fall. It rattled in and out. White pushing tempo. Going to dribble on the baseline now. Good closeout by Ryan Mikesell.
Yes,
cuts him off at the baseline. Booker going to go right at Thompson. And the big man muscles his way down low. Power move.
Yeah, the shot miss, and the bigs run rim. Rim run, and great play by Book.
All right, near turnover right there. A weird play, but
rum runner is what I'm thinking of. That's at Tim's after the game.
All right, now we have V. Sanford with the ball on the left wing. Gets the ball inside to Trevor Thompson. Thompson going to put it on the deck and go right at Booker. Thompson, right-hand hook shot.
Yeah.
I
like him getting the ball in there and gives our shooters a little bit of a rest.
You know, it's almost like Cunningham and Thompson were intimidated to start the game, but if you could tell, they're no longer intimidated. They have been going right at him. Crawford gets the shot up. Can't get it. No, he doesn't fall. Dale Davis coming away with the ball that just bounced out. 1:18 to go, 61-55.
Davis with 6 rebounds.
Dale Davis going to dribble right past the defender. Picked up by Booker now. A little bit of a mismatch. We can see if he wants to go one-on-one. He clears it. Thompson, though, calling for it, being guarded by Mumford. Jumper along the baseline, no good, and Booker comes away with the board.
He settled for that.
Yeah, just dribbled in and got a closer look.
Crawford 5'7" on a 7-footer, and he faced up and shot it.
Good job by Walker. No, not a good job by Walker. I thought he had closed him out, but Crawford. I like Crawford. I do. I like Crawford a lot. Very good player.
He's played at LaSalle High School in Cincinnati. Knows Coach well.
61-57, 42 seconds remaining in the third quarter. C.J. Walker coming up the Trevor Thompson ball screen. Hesitation dribble going to go up with the left hand. Blocked by Booker. Ball still alive. Booker coming away with it. Booker pushing tempo. Finds Davis in transition. Kicks it back out to Mumford. Being picked up by Ryan Mikesell to get the ball into the post. Cross-court pass to Crawford was the intended target, but he throws it out of bounds.
Kind of a funny play there. C.J. Walker on the last possession. Just kind of seemed like he didn't want to. He had the lane for the drive and didn't want to use it. He was timid on the attack. Booker knew that and got the shot block.
All right, so it's going to be Red Scare basketball. V. Sanford back in the game. He's going to throw the ball in bounds right in front of the money team bench.
Seibert on the bench now, getting the rest.
Yep, Daryl Davis, Scoochie Smith, Jordan Seibert, Ryan Mikesell, Trevor Thompson, the 5 out on the floor. Actually, V. Sanford is in.
I'd like to see Joe Thomason make something happen here in this quarter, closing minutes.
V. Sanford up at the TBT side near the half-court line. He has Joe Thomason to his left in the far corner. 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. V. Sanford waves off the ball screen. V. Sanford going to go one-on-one against Mumford. V. Sanford left-hand dribble. Contested shot. Hits the front of the rim. Can't get it to fall, but he drew the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
V doing his patented post-up, the little pull-up there. V is 6'3", but he plays a little taller than that with his length. 6-man at UD his senior year. Transfer from Georgetown University in D.C.
And he's sporting
from Lexington, Kentucky.
He's sporting the number 99, too, by the way.
We got to make this free throw here.
61-57. V. Sanford at the free throw line. The Red Scare up by 4 with 4.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Flyers have done a really good job over the last 2 nights of closing out quarters and halves. V. Sanford misses the second free throw. Booker coming away with the board. Gets it to Mumford. 1 second. Mumford, half-court heave. Can't get it to fall. Nonetheless, the Dayton Flyers Red Scare, after 3 quarters of play, they lead it by 4, 61-57. 9 minutes up on the clock, and now you know what that means with the fourth quarter officially here. We're approaching the Elam ending. We'll have more on the Elam ending and more from this contest when we come back. Red Scare leads at 61-57. Norm Grevey, Justin Kinner. We'll be back in just a moment.
You need employees.
Tell me about it.
Actually, tell us about it.
Why?
Because when you tell us about your job openings, we can tell over 300,000 other people.
You can?
Yeah, whether you're looking for a job or a better job, Alpha Media Recruitment can help fill any position with qualified job seekers with a custom plan that combines our broadcast and digital platforms.
You can do that?
It's what we do. Alpha Media Dayton, on air, on site, on demand. Call 937-519-0111. That's 937-519-0111. Or email DaytonJobs@alphamediausa.com. That's DaytonJobs@alphamediausa.com.
Create your dream backyard this summer with 11% off at Menards. Now is a great time to build your outdoor projects with the Midwest's largest selection of AC2 pressure-treated lumber and decking. It offers the best protection against the elements for all your outdoor projects. AC2 pressure-treated lumber and decking is 11% off now at Menards. Good through July 31st. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
All right, Justin Kinner, Norm Grevey back with you here at the University of Dayton Arena. It's the TBT Regional Final between the Money team led by Jimmer Fredette and the Red Scare. Scoochie Smith versus Jimmer Fredette. Never thought you'd hear that matchup promo live from the UD Arena, but here we are. Those are the kind of opportunities that the TBT presents, and it's been a pretty special night here tonight. The crowd since Sunday has just gotten bigger and bigger, and the games, they just feel bigger and bigger as each round advances. But the regional final tonight, the winner tonight, Norm, advances to championship week, which tips off this Friday night. Gotta love
who do they
seeing
play if they win? Who's the matchup? Do we know that?
Do not have the bracket in front of me. I'll pull up the bracket.
But I know Buffalo has a team that's survived. The Aftershocks have survived. Syracuse, Wilhelm's Army. I was surprised to see them get upset. And speaking of upsets, TMT almost lost their first game. So it's not like they are invincible.
Yeah, they have lots of the 8.
But I thought this game would be much more of a grind for Red Scare, and I'm pleasantly surprised at the scoring ability, at the ability to get great shots in this game. And then also, I think the big key is Baby D's defense on Jimmer Fredette, who only has 6 points, been averaging 25 in the TBT through 2 games, 0 for 4 from 3. So Money players step up in money time. Red Scare is going to have to reach back and continue to stop him.
All right, now, this is a big opportunity here, obviously for the Money team, but, excuse me, for the Red Scare as well. They have to be able to sustain that defensive intensity that they've played with for the majority of this ball game. And as I say that, V. Sanford reached around Creek. Creek was out for the last couple minutes of that quarter. And the one thing about the Money team, they start out quarters really well. They like to come and just punch you in the mouth, and it usually starts with Booker and it starts with Creek. And right away, that's who they go into, and then they're complemented by Fredette. Creek going to back down V. Sanford on the far left block, and he's going to go up for the hook shot, no good. Battling for it down low was Sanford.
Caught a break there.
Yeah. Scoochie coming away with the loose ball. Scoochie going to come off the Landers ball screen. Finds Landers, quick reversal, good ball movement. CJ Walker going to dribble in at Booker. Nothing cooking, so he dribbles it right back out. 8:41 to go, 19 seconds on the shot clock. 61-57, Red Scare leads it. CJ Walker being guarded by Booker. CJ Walker, hesitation dribble, step back jumper. I love the touch from the lefty, Mr. Walker.
CJ Walker playing with poise and patience. Little timid on his first attack drive and a few possessions ago. Great pull up there.
Crawford now being guarded by Walker. Walker can't keep him in front. Yeah, near travel, no call. Fredette misses the easy layup, and Joe Thomason, the former Wright State Raider, coming away with the long rebound. He's going to dribble right at Fredette. He opts not to use the ball screen. Nice reversal. Landers thought about it, being picked up by Booker. Joe Thomason now has it. Back to Landers. Landers going to go right at Booker, and they're going to call a foul on Booker. How about those two? You imagine those two out on the football field.
Well, what's amazing is I coached against Trey Landers when he was at Trotwood. And he was a 6'5", 2 guard. Very athletic, but he wasn't nearly as strong and as big as he is.
Now he's guarding a former NBA big.
Exactly.
That's a man amongst boys out there. V. Sanford being guarded by Creek in the corner. 7:55 to go, 16 seconds on the shot clock. V. Sanford going to back down Creek. Thought about the shot, reverses it to Landers. Scoochie now has it. Far right wing, buries the 3.
Big shot. Scoochie comes back in off the bench with his legs. Up 9.
Unreal. What a performance tonight. 66-57, 7:36 to go. Crawford with the ball, being guarded by Walker. Walker chases him off the Booker ball screen, and they're going to call a foul on
Trey. Oh, Thomason.
Joe Thomason, and
he's on Fredette, hanging on him. I didn't see that, though. I was looking. They're so physical, you could call a foul every possession if you really wanted to.
Well, there's physicality, and there was nothing there, so I don't understand it. But Joe Thomason guarding Fredette now going to chase him down. Fredette going to go up with the right hand. Fredette finally gets a shot to fall. Fredette had been sitting on that 6 points since the first half, Norm.
Yeah, that was a great move. Took Thomason one-on-one off the dribble.
Scoochie Smith going to go right at Crawford, and he goes up. Back-to-back buckets for Scoochie Smith.
Big on small the whole game. Yes. Scooch.
Unreal. Unreal. What a performance tonight. 66-57, 7:36 to go. Crawford with the ball, being guarded by Walker. Walker chases him off the Booker ball screen, and they're going to call a foul on
Scooch.
66-57, 7:36 to go. Crawford now being guarded by Creek in the corner. 7:55 to go, 16 seconds on the shot clock. V. Sanford going to back down Creek. He's going to dribble right at Fredette. He's opts not to use the ball screen. Now he's guarding a former NBA big. That's Fredette finally gets a shot to fall. Scoochie Smith going to go right at Crawford, and he goes up. Back-to-back buckets for Scoochie Smith. Big on small the whole game.
Scooch. Thomason's starting to get a little emotional.
You got to get before something happens. You almost have to wonder, do you get him out? Yeah.
Calm down. A lot of basketball left. A lot of basketball left.
68-59, 7:05 to go now. Red Scare with the lead. Creek has it, going to go at V. Sanford, going to go up with the right hand, and they're going to call a foul on Sanford. And Sanford, that will be his third foul, Norm, but 6 fouls in the TBT.
Yeah, a little bit of a bailout foul by V because Creek, who I said earlier finishes better with his right hand, is a lefty and was going to shoot a right-handed post-up hook there. And V kind of reached in. I'm going to let guys shoot their offhand.
Creek at the free throw line, misses
Not
that.
a good free throw shooting team.
No,
tonight.
they are not.
7 of 14.
Wow. 7 of 14. You look up at the score, it's 68-59. You hit 4 of those. I mean, it's at least 60. It's a 2-possession ball game at that point, but he buries the second
And they hit
one.
their first 3 threes.
Yeah.
And since then, they're 3 of 11, 3 of 14 from 3.
68-60. Red Scare with the lead. 6:55 to go. Joe Thomas is going to go right at Jimmer Fredette. Reverses it to Landers. Landers to C.J. Walker. C.J. Walker opts not to use the Landers screen. Hesitation dribble. Going to go right at Crawford. Good defense by Crawford. The little guy coming away with the steal. Creek nearly loses it. Creek going to find Booker. Booker goes up with the left hand, and a nice finish in transition for the money team. Scoochie Smith now has it. 68-62. The crowd getting a little anxious.
I'd like
as
to
we're
get
getting
Baby D and our shooters in there. Baby D and Jordan Seibert.
Scoochie Smith going to come off the Trey Landers ball screen. No, he's going to go ahead and wave him off. Spin move. We're going to find Landers at the top of the key. Booker contests the 3. No good. Landers hit a big, yeah, he hit a big 3 earlier. Couldn't get that one to fall. Fredette trying to run Thomason into that screen. Yeah, they're trying to lead him into it. Fredette starting to heat up now. He has 4 of the money team's last 6 points and 6 minutes remaining, and it's a 2-possession, 4-point ball game. It was 68-60, and now it's 68-64. It was actually 68-59, and a little 5-0 run now by the money team. V. Sanford going to dribble in, go up, pull-up jumper is good in the paint. I love his mid-range
Yeah, that was a great mid-range pull-up on Creek, who's their best defender, their best athlete.
I love V. Sanford's game, Norm, because you have your three-point shooters, you have your scorers, but he has that mid-range game that complements the threes. It complements the isolation players. I just really like his game. It complements everyone. This is a very well-constructed roster. The Gruden and Bonsu, they just have the perfect pieces all in place. They may not have that dominant number one, but they have so many guys that do so many things well. It's just a well-constructed roster. And
well, in your point, there's a reason why they went to 4 straight NCAA tournaments. Scoochie, Seibert, V. Sanford was involved in 2 of those.
Oh, so I'm sorry, Archie Miller constructed one hell of a roster.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, credit Archie Miller. Because he brought Gruden there. This is Archie Miller's group. Although Trey Landers and Mike Sell,
that was
Baby D excelled under Anthony Grant.
And shout out to them for trusting,
especially in 020.
Yeah.
Like we said, in 020 was a year we had a national title expectations. Late in that season, cut short by COVID.
Because 18 and 19, they weren't the best of seasons. 19 wasn't terrible. They won 20-plus games. They got to the NIT, but then that 20 season is when everything came together, and a lot of it was headlined by the guys sitting behind the Red Scare bench right now.
Yeah, and even last year they won 23 games and didn't get in an NCAA bid. I mean, I understand why, but it's hard to fathom.
Yeah.
It's hard to fathom that.
All right, Crawford now hands the ball off to Davis.
Oh, that's a travel.
Crawford gets it back, being guarded by Joe Thomason. Crawford finding Jimmer Fredette, 2 hands in his face. Can't get that shot to fall. Excellent rebound by Joe Thomason, who steps through the pressure. Outlets it to V. Sanford. 5:29 to go. 70-64. The Red Scare with the lead. V. Sanford going to go up. Hesitation dribble. There's that mid-range shot again.
Yeah. Creek is confused on what V's doing there. Just backing him into the paint from old school basketball. Oh, get that.
Munford going to dribble and picks it up, and it's going to be a foul on Davis. You can tell Davis kind of grinned like, I got that. I got him on that.
Well, he was guarding Fredette on the wing, and he couldn't help, and the ball came loose and was right by him, and if it was a catch-22. If he didn't get it, Fredette was going to have a wide-open 3. And then just bailed out Mumford on a reach.
72-64. Mumford at the free throw line. Mumford for the money team tonight, 10 points, 4 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 3 from behind the three-point line. He knocks down the first free throw.
He's had a good game tonight, but his threes came in a real quick spurt there. Kind of been quiet ever since.
That was his first free throw of the night, and he's 1 for 1. Now looking to go 2 for 2, and that one rolls out.
They're not shooting free throws very well. 50%.
72-65. 5:05 to go here in the ball game. We're about 1 minute away from the Elam ending target score being implemented, and that foul is going to be called on Davis.
Really helps having the lead. I don't think people, to be up 7 as we're getting close to the 4-minute mark, it's going to require a lot of work for TMT, which doesn't use their bench, and they're just playing a little older. You can tell this is their back-to-back game. It's a back-to-back game with not much bench, and I knew this, hoping that the fatigue would set in.
V. Sanford backing down Crawford, but a little pulling of the chair. They're going to call a foul on Crawford.
Yeah, I don't know about that call.
It's a good call for the Red Scare. But
good call for the Red Scare. V was backing down. The smaller Crawford took the chair out from under him. That's never a good thing.
No, but like
you
we
fall
said,
down and you travel, and then we got the call as a pull down.
Joe Thomason gets the ball into V. Sanford, being guarded by Crawford once again. 4:50 to go, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Sanford dribbles through the pressure, has the size advantage.
Big on small again. V. Sanford, his length on the 5'7" Crawford.
74-65. Crawford goes up, misses the layup right over Joe Thomason. Scoochie Smith now comes away with the outlet pass.
That was a great D by Joe.
4:30 to go now, 74-65. Red Scare leads at V. Sanford, being picked up by Mumford. And they're going to say that's a foul down low on Crawford against Joe Thomason, who he's on the positive end of a call now.
And Justin, you called it earlier. You were a little surprised why Crawford's in there. And then I was like, well, he's getting into the paint anytime he wants. But his defense has really become a liability where they have to make some changes at this timeout here at 4:24.
And it's one thing if there's isolated situations where his height and size disadvantage hurts you, but
it's every possession now.
It's right now, and they're just at V. Sanford, and why he's on V. I don't know who you put him on, though, because whoever they put him on, they're going to do the same thing. 30-second timeout.
I would put in Terrico White.
Yep.
And along with Mumford, along with Fredette, Creek, and Booker is what I would do. And it does look like Crawford's coming out of the game. A couple of bench guys. Peyton Aldridge is on this team, has yet to get a look. And let me tell you, Peyton Aldridge was a heck of a basketball player at Davidson from Ohio. Surprised Dayton did get him. I thought Archie would have had it. I don't know if they recruited Peyton Aldridge or not, but he sure was a good player out of Ohio, the state of Ohio, at Davidson.
There we go now, 4:24 coming out of this timeout.
And 9. Like I said, that's going to be a lot of work for TMT. It would have to be a colossal collapse for Red Scare, but anything can happen in the Elam ending, as we've seen over the last 2-3 weeks throughout the country.
All right, here we go now. It's 74-65. Red Scare with the 9-point advantage. They lead it with 4:24 to go, and it's going to be Red Scare basketball. It'll be out of bounds underneath their own bucket. Joe Thomason taking it out. He's going to lob it in a very bad pass as he try to get it to Scoochie Smith, and Creek going to get the steal and the lay-in in transition.
You just gave him a basket there on an underneath out of bounds pass.
Joe Thomas is going to dribble right past Jimmer Fredette. Joe Thomason finds Josh Cunningham in the lane, and he can't get that shot to fall. Creek comes away with the board, 74-67. This is a big possession right here for the money team if they could score. Scoochie Smith going to pick up Munford. Munford picks up his dribble, reverses it to Creek. Creek to Fredette. 3:59 to go here in the ballgame. 19 seconds on the shot clock. The next dead ball will activate the Elam ending. Creek coming up to set the screen. Fredette opts not to use it, being guarded by V. Sanford. Creek coming up to set another screen. Fredette going to go right past Sanford, who can't get the shot to fall. V. Sanford coming away with the ball. Scoochie Smith now pushing tempo. Do you call the timeout here, Norm? And they do. And Scoochie Smith, of course, buries the three, but nonetheless, it was after the timeout was called. A timeout is called. It's time to, of course, initiate the target score. 74-67. The Red Scare leads it. The clock is no longer a factor. We'll be back in just a few moments. Again, the Elam ending will be implemented. We'll have that target score for you on the other side of the break. And, of course, the most exciting finish in all of basketball coming up next right here on 1410 ESPN Radio. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Sports injury, low back pain, or are you interested in improving your performance and getting to the next level? Orion Sports Medicine is truly a unique sports medicine and physical therapy clinic and training facility. We offer a highly educated staff that is experienced working with athletes from the recreational and youth levels to elite professionals. We offer services that include PT, functional assessment, wellness, fitness, return to sports, sports medicine, strength and conditioning, and more at our state-of-the-art facility in Miamisburg. For more information, visit OrionSportsMedicine.com. Someday it may happen to you. OVI, DUI, criminal, even divorce custody. And when it does, the one thing you're going to need is legal advice. Someone who can help. The Cordalis Law Office is here to help you with multiple areas of focus. Attorney Carl Cordalis and his team have you covered. The Cordalis Law Office. Experience, integrity, reliability. Visit cordalis-law.com for more info or give them a call today, 937-224-1212 to hear how they can help you.
It's the TBT on WING. Back to more Red Scare basketball on 1410 ESPN Radio.
The energy in the building is just exactly what you're
dancing on press row.
The energy in the building is exactly what you would expect from the University of Dayton Arena. This is exactly what the founders of the TBT were envisioning and why they put the TBT Regional and Championship Week here in Dayton, the epicenter of, well, usually we say the epicenter of college basketball, but it's the epicenter of basketball. Love this fan base.
State championship was here.
Gosh, yes.
We've had A10 tournament championships here. 2 of them.
Did you remember Wright State got an NCAA tournament win here at UD Arena? I don't know if you know that or not.
Wright State Raiders. I'll tell you this one, too. When the Flyer faithful was loud, one of the loudest games ever that I can remember. No doubt. 101-99, Wright State over my beloved teammates and myself. The
So
Flyers.
you're why they don't play anymore, huh?
Yeah.
Who can I talk to here that'll tell me why they don't play? Probably better just
Neil
leave that alone.
Sullivan.
Yeah, I don't. All right, folks.
We're psyched here. We're psyched. We're losing our voices.
Yeah. All right, folks, we are back again. It's the TBT on WING. Red Scare Money Team. Jimmer Fredette versus Scoochie Smith. Scoochie Smith tonight, 12 points, 5 of 8 from the floor, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Jimmer Fredette, 10 points, 5-11 from the floor, has not had his best outing. Scoochie Smith receives the inbounds pass. The target score, Norm, is 82. The Flyers have 74. The Money Team has 67. We'll see if the pressure of the Elam ending changes the aggressiveness of the Red Scare coming out of the break. Scoochie Smith reverses it to Daryl Davis. Davis gets it inside to Cunningham, and Cunningham is fouled by Mumford. That's going to be the 5th foul on Mumford, Norm, and a couple guys in foul trouble for the Money Team. Davis, number 2, has 4 fouls, and Mumford just picked up his 5th.
Yeah, here comes Booker in. Surprised he didn't start the half.
So
it is,
Norm, it's 5 fouls. It's not 6. He fouled out.
And here's what you get. When you're in the bonus, you don't get 2 free throws. You get the free throw plus the ball out of bounds, which is huge. Oh,
well, Cunningham misses that free throw. As far as free throws are concerned, the Red Scare 50% from the charity stripe tonight. They're 6 of 12.
Well, we were up 9 points, 74-65. Gave up a basket to make it 74-67, but just we've missed some easy shots here.
Scoochie Smith being picked up by, no, it is 6 fouls. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Mumford with 5 fouls guarding Scoochie Smith now. 74-67, target score at 82. It's the TBT on WING. Scoochie Smith pulls up for 3, can't get it to fall. Cunningham, skied high to try to battle the big guy, Booker, down low. Jimmer Fredette now being picked up by Daryl Davis. Creek on the handoff. Creek going to get it to Davis. Davis going to dribble in. Free throw line extended jumper, and he buries it. Davis doesn't shoot much. In fact, Norm, that's only his 3rd field goal attempt of the night, and that's his first bucket of the night, his first 2 points. the pressure's changed, Norm. You could feel like the Red Scare playing a little bit more tense.
It's changed since they were up 9 points.
74-69 now. The first to 82 wins it. Dale Davis going to dribble and put the ball in the rock. He's going to go right at Jimmer Fredette, and Cunningham's hands were not ready for it as he was
Maybe he had the layup and made the extra pass. Seibert in for Samford. But that was a good look, and as I've said this whole game, Red Scare's getting anything they want. Just got to take care of business.
All right, now, so all the heavy hitters for the money team out on the floor right now. Mumford, Jimmer Fredette, Creek out there, Booker's out there. Josh Cunningham, Daryl Davis, Trey Landers, Scoochie Smith, Jordan Seibert on the floor. Trey Landers now guarding Munford at the top, or Davis at the top of the key. Target scores at 82. It's 74-69 now. Davis going to go right at Landers. Davis hadn't had a bucket all night, and he's had the last 2 buckets for the money team, and all of a sudden it's 74-60 or 74-71. Scoochie Smith crosses over, and he draws the foul against Mumford, and for Mumford, he's fouled out. It is 6 fouls, yes.
But he's a good player, and that's a big loss for the money team.
So as you talked
Scooch
about,
gets the free throw, and Red Scare gets the ball, retains possession on bonus fouls.
Scoochie Smith tonight, Norm, 12 points, 5 of 9 from the floor, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 of 4 from behind the three-point line. And believe it or not, this is only his first free throw attempt of the night, and he buries it 75-61, 7 points away from achieving the target score.
Well, that's a good way to break the ice. We had about 4 or 5 empty possessions there with good looks.
All right, so Jordan Seibert passes the ball in.
I do like the lineup here.
Yeah, you got your shooters, your scorers. You got Cunningham and Landers out there. Landers a little bit of a versatile player who could shoot and defend and provide size. Daryl Davis, cross-court pass to Seibert. Seibert thought about the shot, takes it again. Very similar to last night. Can't get it to fall. Daryl Davis nearly coming away with the offensive board. Creek muscling it away. Here comes Davis, who's hit the last 2 buckets. That pass inside to Creek. Kick outside to Crawford. Crawford being guarded by Davis. Going to come off the Booker ball screen. Nice little give-and-go action, and Booker, the big man, goes up. It's 75-73. All of a sudden, what looked to be a game that was going to be a more favorable finish for the Flyers. They're holding on to a 2-point lead. Scoochie Smith draws the foul against Booker. Scoochie Smith will go to the free throw line for 2.
And just keep chipping away to 82. 75-73. TMT showing their experience down the stretch here, making this a grind-out, incredible game here.
So Scoochie Smith will go to the free throw line. Last night, it was the heroic performance, of course, of Jordan Seibert. Seibert's been a little quiet tonight. He does have double-digit points. He's 12 points, 3 of 9 from the floor, 3 of 8 from behind the three-point line. But tonight, it's been Scoochie Smith who has really just been the guy leading the way for the Flyers tonight. And he's really made a lot of their big shots down the stretch. Some of those coming at the free throw line, and he has a couple free throws coming his way here.
Yeah, the backcourt of Seibert and Davis can shoot the rock, along with Scoochie Smith's ability to hit open players, whether it's transition or in half court. 14 points now for Scooch.
2 of 2 from the free throw line, none bigger than this one coming up, and he buries it. 3 clutch free throws for Scoochie Smith here down the stretch.
And you save your legs at the free throw line.
77-73, the Red Scare. The Flyer faithful on their feet. Crawford coming off the Booker ball screen. He's going to dribble right past Cunningham. Kicks it out. Wide open is Davis. He's hit his last 3 straight shots. And now it's a 1-point ball game. 77-76. All right. Can't do anything about it. Daryl Davis going to dribble right in. Gets right past Jimmer Fredette. Gets the ball to Cunningham. Davis looks a little flustered right now. And Jimmer Fredette, by the way, has been doing a nice little sell job. But at the same time, Davis has to know that you're lucky you've gotten away with the extension of the arm. I don't know if he pushed off, but again, when you give
that was a good call.
When you give the perception that you are, I mean, that one was crucial.
That was a good call. Yeah. And Baby D has gotten away with that little shove off 2 or 3 times tonight.
Crawford coming up the ball screen. Yep. I mean, he dribbles right past Cunningham.
Uh-oh.
We're going to get Trevor Thompson back in. 78-77, money team. They take the lead. In fact, the last lead they had, Norm, they led 78-77 with 3:40 to go. Big D from the corner.
80-78, 1 point away.
Holy moly.
Or 2 points away, excuse me. 82.
80 to 78. The target scores 82. The Flyers desperately need a stop here, but they've really struggled getting a stop after playing such good defense, and that's another big three. Davis has caught fire. 81-80. The next bucket basically wins this. The
next basket wins.
Yeah, next bucket wins. Target score is 82. Daryl Davis bringing the ball down the floor. Going to go right at Jimmer Fredette. Daryl Davis now dribbles to the opposite end, and that's going to be a foul on Jimmer Fredette, and now we could potentially see this end at the free throw line. Jimmer Fredette not happy.
The ball bounced off Baby D. If that was a no call, that'd have been going the other way. They're going to try to ice.
All right. So
Did they get 2 free throws or 1 here?
We'll find out. There's going to be 2.
I think it's 1 in the ball.
1 free throw and the possession for the Flyers coming up on the other side of this timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I absolutely love my dog, but the constant shedding, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Sweeper pet kit, and it is amazing. These super thick cloths pick up a crazy amount of hair. Just look at all that. And that was from just 1 swipe. And the best part, Sweeper's so much easier to maneuver than a broom or a vacuum, easily getting around chairs and under the couch. You're right. Now I can focus on you, not your shedding. Swiffer Sweeper Pet Kit, because shed happens.
COVID-19 moves fast.
Well, this is not the finish that we had anticipated after the Flyers had been in control for the majority of the fourth quarter, but you got to give credit to the money team. The Flyers have done everything that they possibly could. They kept Jimmer Fredette in check all night. They held him to 10 points. They've kept Booker in check, who's had 11 points sporadically throughout the evening. Munford fouled out. Everything that can go right has gone right defensively until late. Norm Davis had not scored a bucket until the Elam ending was set. He has all 10 of the money team's points since the target score was set. He has single-handedly willed them back into this ballgame, and they lead at 81-80.
Yeah, a couple threes and in the same, just been quiet the whole night. Just comes alive. Credit to him as a basketball player, staying with it. But the depth of the money team has struggled all night. Yeah, he gets 1 free throw.
And he buries it. All right. So this is a big possession right now for the Flyers. They score here, they win. This is so tense. I mean, the Elam ending presents these crazy finishes, and this is definitely that. Sophie Sanford going to pass the ball, sideline out of bounds. He's going to get the ball to Scoochie Smith. Jordan Seibert, Mr. Elam ending. Does he have more magic left up to his sleeve? But he's being guarded by Creek. Scoochie Smith going to dribble in. Scoochie Smith finds Cunningham. Cunningham is going to go up. And that'll do it! Yes! We did it! Cunningham, the big man. He goes right up and scores over Booker. They beat the money team. And look at the crowd. Look at the reaction. How about that? How about that? The Dayton Flyers, the Red Scare. They come away with the victory, 83-81. Josh Cunningham with the finish off of the Scoochie Smith assist, baby.
Oh, man. That's his game. One of the great point guards of all time. Drives, finds Cunningham, and Booker was all over him. And Josh goes up with the left hand. And Trevor Thompson and Cunningham played much better tonight on the offensive end. 10 points to just 1 basket last game. Played great defense. Mike Sell. B. Sanford came off the bench. Joe Thomason was chippy, doing his thing. Another team effort. Everybody contributed to that win, and to beat Fredette, who was off tonight. Creek was dominant. Just an unbelievable win.
All right, folks, good stuff. We're going to step away for a few moments. We'll have final stats and final takeaways on the other side. Your final score tonight, the Red Scare 83, the money team 81. The Red Scare advances to championship week where they'll be in action this Friday night. We'll talk about that when we come back in 60 seconds.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to get conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
All right, Norm, we are back live here at the University of Dayton Arena where, well, basically Norm and I have lived this week. And you know what? 83-81 the final. The Flyers have advanced to Friday night championship week. They'll play at 9 p.m. We'll have more information on the opponent to the Red Scare coming up around the corner. You can catch the Justin Kinner Show weekdays from 3 to 6. We'll have more information on their opponent tomorrow night. But final thoughts on their opponent tonight, the Money team. Again, a very quality opponent. So many great performances on the defensive end and, yes, the offensive end. And a guy that you did not expect to be the guy to be the hero tonight to clinch it, Josh Cunningham. But you know what? It was set up by the great drive and dish by Scoochie Smith. Just as you said before the break, it was a perfect team effort, what we saw tonight.
Well, I just knew tonight would be a much higher scoring game because last night was such a slugfest. And then back-to-back night on an older 33-year-old Jimmer Fredette. His legs didn't have his legs tonight, and that was big. And I felt like Gerald Davis, did his thing, ignited the crowd, hit some crucial threes. Seibert contributed as well, shooting the basketball. B. Sanford would be my really player of the game other than Baby B, just because of his ability to guard. He held Fredette down, so did Baby Davis. And you look at what Mike Sell did defensively, had some nice baskets as well, went 4-7 from the field. Shot 55%. That's going to win you a lot of games. They turned the basketball over the Red Scare only 11 times. They won the turnover battle. And they also won the rebound battle. So when you and only a point difference, 2 points in this game, came down to the wire, and they won all three of those big stats. Just a phenomenal team effort and great coaching by Coach Gruden out of timeouts and underneath OBs. Got us some good baskets and just a complete team effort, and by far their best performance of the TBT. And you like to see the group gelling. Defensively, they're there. Offensively, they're starting to feed off each other's ability to score. And when they score, it makes them better on the defensive end. And I felt like early in that game, we got some steals. CJ Walker had a few steals in that game that were critical to change the momentum, because TMT came out, hit first 2 or 3 threes of the game. We thought, oh no, here we go again. But they just stayed focused, and both teams, I thought, played exceptionally well.
What a game tonight. Again, your final, the Dayton Flyers Red Scare advanced to championship week that tips off this Friday night. Of course, 9 o'clock the tip-off right here at the University of Dayton Arena. We'll have more information on how you can buy tickets, but of course, we'd love for you to either watch on the ESPN family of networks or tune in right here to Norm Grevey and myself on 1410 ESPN Radio. Want to give a shout-out to our sponsors, none other than Timothy's Bar and Grill, Orion Sports Medicine, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, the Big Hoopla, the Cordalis Law Office. I appreciate all of our sponsors who jumped on board and helped us be able to bring you these games here on 1410 ESPN Radio. What a scene. Saw so many former Flyers over there. Again, another appearance by Obi Toppin and Jalen Crutcher. I saw Chris Wright was in attendance tonight. I saw Wild Basketball. Mark Ashman was here. I saw him by the cross behind the bench a little bit ago. Of course, you're here every night as well. Yeah. I mean, it's a Flyer family
Coach
affair.
Grant was here. The Duran Holmes, Malachi, they were all here tonight in their final week of of campus practice.
Yep.
And they'll be home for a couple weeks, and then they'll be back on the grind preparing for next year. But business at hand right now. The Red Scare reached back defensively. The whole game grinded. It was just a phenomenal effort, team effort. I can't get over how they just played so well together for the whole game. They didn't have many lulls there, other than when we got close to the Elam ending, it seemed like the Red Scare kind of got a little tight when TMT made a real run there at the end, but wore out at the last minute.
All right, well, you needed to win 6 to win $1 million. The Red Scare, they've won 3.
Halfway there, baby.
They'll have their 4th opportunity this Friday night. And again, that'll be a 9 o'clock tip-off. Folks, we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, whether it be through the stream or on air on 1410 Wing AM. We appreciate you. And Norm and I will be back again Friday night, 9 o'clock, the tip-off. So until Friday night, this has been the TBT on WING, presented by Timothy's Bar and Grill on Brown Street, the Cordalis Law Office, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, the Big Hoopla, and Orion Sports Medicine. Have a great night, everybody.
Did you book the Townsend's 10th anniversary ticket?
Alona's travel agency is overbooked and experiencing delays.
Their point of contact.
She needs to land a new project manager to clear her business